Hi, it's Paul here, and you've just actually caught me setting up the table for my son's 4th birthday party. But I wanted to make this quick video just to basically welcome you to the .com Academy and to also tell you what you can expect and give you a bit about my background. So we'll just go and sit over here and I'll give you a quick intro. So obviously you already know my name by now, I'm Paul Lynch. I wanted to give you some background into where I started in the online world. Now, hopefully you've seen the first video that I created for you called How to Turn $5 into Hundreds of Dollars in just 60 minutes. Don't worry if you haven't. If you missed that for some reason, just click the link below this video and you can go back and watch that. I highly recommend you do because it's very powerful stuff. So my background, I used to be a professional footballer straight from school. Then when I was 26, I actually had a really bad break. I broke my leg. That's a soccer player, by the way, for people in the US. And I used to play for the most famous club in all the world, which is obviously, that's right, Accrington Stanley. So anyway, I broke my leg when I was 26, really bad break. I thought, what am I going to do now? Because as a footballer, you go in the morning, you train at 10 in the morning, you finish for 12:30. So I knew 9 to 5 was never going to work with me. So as I was sat at home with a leg up on the sofa, in plaster, and had my laptop on the ironing board, I started researching, home-based businesses and work-from-home schemes. But one thing that really intrigued me from the outset was the fact that, as I was on the internet, why these sites ranked in Google where they did. There's not some guy just sat behind a desk saying this one should be number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. There had to be a formula behind the reasoning why they ranked there. So I started getting into these SEO forums, search engine optimization forums, and within these forums I started learning bits and bats. I met a guy called Carlos who lives out in Peru. Now he seemed to know what he was doing, so I basically thought, right, I bought my first website called talkhomebusiness.com and I sent it to Carlos and I said, look Carlos, I'll pay you some money, go and get it ranked on the first page of Google, because I knew the average wage in Peru was very, very cheap compared to the rest of the world. So he went off. A month later, he come back and said, there you go, Paul, it's ranking on the first page of Google for the keyword phrase work from home, which gets millions of hits a month. I thought, oh my God, this is fantastic. But it didn't end there. For me, that was the defining moment, because I saw an opportunity that arose within the situation. So basically, I knew Carlos could do this stuff. So what I started doing then is researching how other big blue chip companies that were ranking in Google, who they used for their SEO services. And what I found out very early on was the fact that they used places like India to outsource the SEO services to. But also they was very frustrated because Indians, the time difference is 5 hours in front of the UK, the language barriers and everything. So I thought, there's something in this. If I can be the middleman here in the UK, and if I can connect Carlos with these blue chip companies, I can get a commission. So I started ringing from the phone book, the Yellow Pages in the UK, started ringing blue chip companies and offering the services a week's trial, and then passed the work to Carlos, he passed the work back, and I was marking up at mine. And we were fantastic. Within a week we had 10 brand new clients making thousands of pounds a month. It was brilliant. But then one day I got a call from a guy who owned a really big blue chip company, and he said, look, I've seen what you do, I'm going to give you a trial, because Carlos had then by that time got our own SEO company website ranked on the first page of Google for SEO related keyword phrases. So he said, I want to give you a trial. So I gave him a week's trial. He came back and said, right, that's fantastic, I want to employ you, I want to employ 20 full-time staff from you now on a £150,000 a year contract. And me and Carlos said, oh my God, this is unbelievable, because there was only me on an ironing board in the UK and Carlos in his house in Peru, so there's no way we could take on this contract. So Carlos said, no, we can't do it, just tell him we'll come back to him in a year's time. But we had a month's lead time, and I said to Carlos, surely this moment now is what we're doing all this for. So let's just take it on, let's just take the leap of faith and see where it takes us. So we actually sold the Talk Home Business website for £10,000. I sent the money to Carlos, he went and got 20 of his friends, got a little office in Peru, bought 20 PCs, we had a month's lead time, so we trained them up, and to this day we still got that exact same client now on board. We now have an office in Peru with 50 odd staff, we've got 2 offices here in the UK, I've got 1 office just through the door there, this is my UK home. And basically, the moral of the story is, you've got to take leaps of faith, you've got to recognise that opportunities will arise at moments in time. If you act on your sort of, your calling, if you will, things can happen and things can change. So that's just a brief background about me. I used to be a footballer. There's actually a little some flash clippings below this video on my football career, just to prove that I was actually a footballer. So I wanted to welcome you to the .com Academy, and just to let you know there's lots of exciting stuff that will be coming up. But one thing I wanted to make this video for is, I want you to help me to help you, if that makes sense. I'm sure that was on a Tom Cruise movie or something. Okay, so what I want to do is, there's another link below this video to a survey page, which basically it'll answer just a few questions. I want you to fill it out for me, just to answer a few questions, to tell me what you are looking for from the .com Academy. Are you looking for us to help you make money online? Do you need help with web design, HTML? Is it you know, the basic stuff? Do you need to know, you've got a website but you need to know how to drive lots and lots of traffic? Because that's exactly what we specialise in. I drive over 1 million people a month to my websites, and again, in the coming weeks I'm going to show you all the techniques that we use on the .com Academy, me and Saj as well. Okay, so there's a link below this video to a survey page. Just fill that out quickly and get an understanding of what you want, and then what I'll do, I'll craft certain videos in the coming weeks and show you stuff that will help you on your online journey to achieve this. I mean, I now live in a 6-bedroom home here in the UK. As you can see, this is my kitchen. I'm making a film from the kitchen. My brother-in-law is actually on the camera behind there, Martin. My father-in-law works for me. You really can achieve a life that you've always dreamed of online. Building a successful home-based web business is not some pipe dream. It is a reality. It's real. I'm real. I've done it within a very short period of time. I used to be a footballer, soccer player, so obviously I'm a bit thick, as they say. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. So click on the links below, fill out that survey, and again, let me help you to achieve incredible success on your online journey, and I'll speak to you very soon.